Body needs two things. It needs stability and mobility. You get mobility by moving your ankle back into the correct range. But now you need stability, you need that muscle contraction and strength in order to be able to keep it there. Plus, you get the added benefit of promoting blood flow. That's how our body actually heals. And that's why that protect, rest, ice, compression, elevation method is kind of old school. It actually diminishes blood flow. So when you get an active muscle contraction, you promote blood flow and you heal quicker. What movements do you want to do? Well, again, you see a lot of these videos online of them having you sit and doing heel raises and heel pumps. That's into the mechanism of injury. That's stretching your ATFL, CFL. Those are the ones you don't want to do. All you need to do is bring your foot back, and you want to try to hold this. You want to try to get further, further, further. And I would recommend bending your knee so that way you don't have a lot of nerve tension back here. And then you relax, but when you relax, don't let your foot go all the way back out. Again, into the area of where you damaged it. It just makes sense. Medicine is much simpler than we make it. If you damaged it by going down and in, avoid that for a little bit, and you can rehab it by going back and out. So start with maybe 2 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10 of getting your foot back. Try to hold it, try to get a little bit further. Again, it will hurt a little bit, but as you're going, it should get a little bit less painful, a little bit easier to move, and you should feel like you're getting a little bit of a stronger and smoother contraction. You might noticing a little bit of ratcheting at first. It's perfectly normal. Then, once that recovers a little bit and that's feeling a little bit better, now you want to go back and out. So you want to go back and then bring your foot out a little bit. Again, you're trying to close down on this outside joint area right here. Then after that, what's the next thing that you want to do? Walk. When you go to urgent care and they tell you stay off your feet for the next few days, this is wrong. Walking is actually moving your foot back into this motion. Walking is going to be one of the best things for you, and you'll notice as you walk, it should get a little bit easier, and you want to try to obtain and maintain your normal gait pattern. So a lot of times when people walk, they have a lower leg injury, they kick their foot out. And they do this because now they don't have to squeeze down on that joint, the area that we've been talking about. So if you kick my foot out, I don't have to roll over it. That's wrong. You want to try to keep your foot straight. You can use crutches a little bit at first to try to give you a little bit of support, but you're actually walking, you're using this body part, you're putting weight on it, and as you go and you're walking, you're compressing down naturally, and it should get better and better.